What's going on, folks? Today is the 22nd of January, and I'm here to talk to you about what happened and what's going on with the second Women's March that went on, and also about the pro-life march that also happened. So, we see that with this Me Too movement, with many men getting in trouble, that Hollywood has been hiding the fact that it itself is a rape culture. Now, I still stand by my words that America itself is not a rape culture because, yes, we did have slavery, we did have Jim Crow, we did have black women getting raped on buses and in slavery, but people went against that and men fought against that. In a rape culture, rape is accepted and normalized and cherished. Okay? In Hollywood, they either accept rape or sexual harassment or sexual misconduct. And it seems like many people in Hollywood tend to agree with it or celebrate it. And that's why people are not taking this Me Too hashtag seriously. Because while they're protesting Trump, while they're going against Republicans, conservatives, libertarians, and saying hashtag Me Too, they're not in Hollywood Boulevard. They're not in California. And they're not protesting against any of these Muslim nations that is legal to rape women. Legal to discriminate against them and literally making them second-class citizens. And with many cases of them, of people, I think there was a gentleman, an Indian gentleman, that was accused of rape, but it was proven that he didn't do it. I forgot his name, but a recent colleague of mine said that Uncle Hotep said this might be the end of the Me Too movement. And then they say that for the environment in California, but they leave their soy lattes and cups all over the place in whether a protest, I think it was LA or San Francisco. They left it all over the place for everybody to see. So I'm just trying to realize, if you people, if women are very serious about this, why aren't they going against the powers that be in Hollywood or these Muslim nations, but they're going against Trump for just saying the words, grabbing by the P word or pussy, whatever you want to say, okay? When he hasn't paid any settlements. He hasn't paid anything, but Weinstein and half these Hollywood men have paid in settlements, paid in restitution, and have used taxpayer money to do this. But you're not going to talk about them. You're going to talk about Trump saying the words, even though nothing has been proven yet. An accusation does not mean you're guilty. Same thing with Roy Moore. People accuse Roy Moore of sexually assaulting women and being a child molester, but then he took a lie detector test, and then he was found he was not lying. He was telling the truth the entire time. I just want to remind you, to people who say women don't lie about rape, I think you need to take a history lesson about Emmett Till, about the people who died in Rosewood, which was over a false accusation of a white woman. I think Black Wall Street too, but white women have had a history of lying about rape. That's unprecedented history. You can look at pictures, you can look at evidence. Even though most of them that happened were consensual. There might have been white women who were raped, but most of them have been proven to be consensual during that time. So we're going to go back during this time. You would virtually say 50% of all accusations is true, and then 50% are untrue. Because usually when they talk, what happens is they regret it, and then they try to cry rape. That's why the men's rights movement exists. That's why MGTOW exists, because you women truly believe that you are the most oppressed people in America, when really a lot of y'all are the most privileged. You keep talking about the gender wage gap, the gender page wage gap, but that's because they don't get the same jobs. There are not women trying to be engineers. There are not women trying to be tradesmen. There are not women trying to get these positions that are mostly held by men, that are historically held by men to be breadwinners. That's why people need to realize that you either want the patriarchy or you embrace the patriarchy. You either want gynocentrism or you don't want gynocentrism. If you want to truly be treated equal, you don't need my help. You don't need my help. Every man doesn't need to have a family and children. Every woman doesn't need to have a husband and children. But if you want to have a family and a functional family, which I do support, you can have. But depressed people, when they're young, that have to have families and children, and men always have to do this, because it's mostly stress. Even though I will say that women go through some things and have to mature at a certain age, at least by 18 or 19, to do it. It seems like most of the time that does happen, so I give women that benefit of the doubt. But it seems like the stress is on the man to always have to be the breadwinner, always have to be the person that leads. But yet women keep wanting to say they want to be treated equal. I don't mind holding the door for a woman. I don't mind paying for the bill, the entire bill. But it just comes to a point where either you want to be treated equal or you don't want to be treated equal. You want the patriarchy or you don't want the patriarchy. And you don't go against people who actually mistreat women. You don't go against executives in Hollywood. And you don't go against Muslim nations that oppress women. In fact, some of you support Islam and wear hijabs. That phone keeps ringing, but this is just my perspective on this. If the Me Too movement and the woman, the feminists, want to have people take this Me Too movement, and you talk about harassment and rape culture seriously, you need to go against Hollywood. You need to go against Harvey Weinstein. Hard. You need to go against all these men that's been proven. There was a guy that masturbated in public. I think I forgot his name. You need to go against him. You need to go against Franklin and the black man, I forgot his name, who have been proven to it. But going after people like Tavis Smiley, who just had a relationship and wasn't a sexual misconduct, to go against the Indian man, which nothing has been proven, I keep forgetting his name, to go against men without any evidence or basis is going to destroy your movement. So I suggest you get physical evidence, some auditorial evidence to prove your case, because the more these cases end up being false accusations, it's going to completely destroy your movement, which is already happening. And like I said, if you keep saying women can't lie about rape or lie about being assaulted, take a look at the black man who have been falsely accused by white women, and take a look at some of the black women who falsely accuse black men, i.e. Brian Banks, i.e. many black men who are not named because the mainstream media doesn't want to tell you that. So don't let people fool you that it's just white women doing it too. It's black women and white women that are falsely accusing men on both sides. And that's why there is a MGTOW and a men's rights movement. But go after Hollywood, Go after the Muslim extremists in these Muslim nations, and you'll be taken seriously. Thank you. Chat Factor out.